RuneScape is a fun game to collect things in. There's something bizarrely satisfying about seeing your stack of random crap slowly accumulate, whether it be burnt food or gems or even just your stack of gold. It's another form of that classic Rooney dopamine hit of number go up. I've always enjoyed collecting random shit, but unfortunately I must have licked too much lead line paint as a child because my favourite way to play the game is as a UIM. And it turns out it's pretty tough to collect things when you don't have a bank to store them in. But Ultimate Iron Man does have the player-owned house, and while you can't store every variety of burnt fish in there, you can store a bunch of fun little items and armor sets in the costume room. That's why I decided to make a fresh UIM and start on the mission of collecting it all from scratch, one randomly selected item set at a time. Here are our rules if you haven't read them. Most recently, we rolled our first piece of Void with the Void Mage helmet. Let's get to it. I am unquestionably the most powerful looking person to ever step foot in the gates of pest control. Would you trust this man with your life? Because I absolutely would. Let's go through what we're wearing here. Red decorative armor, ornate cape, beads of the dead, which have a strength bonus by the way, a fighter torso, and an adamant short sword. This is like the funniest outfit I think I've ever equipped in this game. This is just unreal. Unreal stuff here. Let's go and save some Void Knights. Hey, I'm in the wrong world. Hang on. Oh, these people don't know the god they're in a party with. I can solo this. I'm gonna sort this out by myself. What did he just say? Death row. Oh my god, keep that to yourself. Jesus Christ, everyone's being wiped out. What is happening over here? That's the third one in a row. Christ. And that is our 200th point, our 50th win. A nice little grind. You could see a little timer here in the bottom of the screen. Took us just under 3 hours on the medium boat. Now, why is it not highlighted? Wait, what? What? Oh, I need more defense levels. Oh, I'm so stupid. If I'd realised that, I would have been fighting in defense when I was doing that. Well, it's 2 levels. Let's go and, I don't know, let's go and kill something. Okay, we're back. That took about, I don't know, 10 minutes to get the level. Now, we could finally buy, well, finally, it's not like it took a long time. Void Mage Helmet. It is the Mage Helmet. It is, okay. And that is the Void Mage Helmet obtained. Very snazzy looking piece of kit. Love it. Let's go. And we find ourselves back at our little stronghold. Let me dump all of this back inside the cases. Store all our stuff once again. Much better. 16 out of 111. And there's our Void Mage helmet. While we're here, you can see that there's an entire screen worth of Void gear. So we're going to have to get every helmet twice. The normal set of Void Knight armor twice. And Elite Knight armor twice! Now obviously these are Shattered Relics gear, so the getting them the second time is going to be dependent on me actually playing in a league, but that's a discussion for much further down the road. As for now, I think you know what time it is. Let's pull up the spreadsheet and have a crack. Here we are once again, Void Mage Helmet is done. Let's see what we get next. I would love to be able to actually get the full Void equipment, but well, there's still quite a lot to go into it too. Could be quite a while till we get it. Let's see. Costume Roulette. Okay, a tier of Shadian armor. These are pretty straightforward, but as they're each their own slot in the wardrobe, they get the honor of occupying a full task each time. Where are they? Yeah, Shadian tier 1 to 5. Well, let's run over to the Shadian pits. Actually, let me grab my weight reduction gear, and then we'll run over to the Shadian pits. Ooh, which one should we wear? We haven't worn wood in a while. I like that I could choose. Run over to the Shadian pits. God, I keep interrupting myself. And, I don't know, go stab some guy to death. It's pretty straightforward. And here we've arrived at the Shadian fight pit. I believe we just have to have a chat with this bloke here and beat the shit out of him 5 times. Let's fight now. Beautiful. Come here, mate. Quick little trip down to Shadian is over. I gotta say, this kind of looks like BDSM gear, and it makes your eyes white, which is kind of scary. Yeah, let's just... Although, maybe having pure black eyes isn't particularly appealing either, now that I think about it. Anyway, now that it looks like a sex pest, let's chuck this in the armor case and see what we get next. And not a huge amount to say here. Completed. Up to 15%. See what we get next. Ooh, the butler's uniform. I've been waiting for this one. This one's from a new quest very recently added to the game, and it's a quest I haven't done yet. So I'm going to attempt this one blind, and we'll see how it goes, because I've heard it's actually a really cool quest. I'm interested in seeing if that is true for myself. But one thing that just occurred to me that's very important is the butler's uniform is part of Valamor. Which means we get to bloody go to bloody Valamor. Oh god. Which is actually really huge. There is so much very useful stuff in Valamor. So many very useful little item spawns that I haven't been able to get to because to get to Valamor, you have to complete the quest Children of the Sun over in Varrock. Where is it? And since there were so many sets locked behind gaining access to Valamor, I've not been allowed to start this yet. But now that I finally am, let's go grab our Chronicle. Actually, fuck that. Let's just cast teleport to Varrock and go do that quest. There is a quest like this in the Canopus area quest line, and you have to do this, and it is honestly a fucking nightmare. I failed so many times the first time I tried to do that. I think it's Sins of the Father. It's a tough one, whatever it is. And there we go. Access to Valamor. Beautiful. Death on the Isle, I believe, is the quest we're looking for. Oh, hang on. We need a couple of thieving levels. I'm getting well ahead of myself. Alright, this is the last requirement we need to polish off to start Death on the Island, I think it's called. Yes, 34 thieving. Beautiful. Now we can head over to Valamor and try and find our way to the island where this takes place. Let me pop up in the map real quick, once we fly there, of course. It's Account's first little journey to Valamor. Here we are. Fortis Colosseum is somewhere. I gotta say, I think Valamor looks actually incredible. So, you can't see the NPCs, but you can see that this is like a really nicely designed looking place. There's a lot of cool stuff to do here. A lot of relevant stuff to us at some point. But for now, what we need to do is get to this little island over here. Alderin. Now, I'm not sure how to get there. Ship to Sunset Coast? Oh, okay, so just run down there. Beautiful. So this is the dock we should be able to take to get to Alderin. This one over here, ship to Alderin. I've never done this before. This is quite interesting. I've never been to this little dock before. The guards here have their own designs. House Portal has its own designs. There's a hell of a lot going on here. And here we start the quest. Now, I'm not sure who we talk to, but bear with me as I try and figure out what on earth is going on here. You steal uniform from the wardrobe. Well, I believe that is the butler's outfit in question. I mean, it looks like a butler's. Actually, you know what? It doesn't look like a butler's outfit. When I think butler, this is not what I think of. This is like a seaside bar attendant. That's what we needed. That's what we've got. Well, that was a fascinating little quest. We've got a bunch of experience for that too. 10,000 thieving experience, 7,500 agility experience, ability to use a costume needle. What the hell's a costume needle? Right, well that was a fun little quest, even though I think I might have been overthinking it a little bit. Butler's uniform. Oh, it fits in with the camouflage gear. Let me chuck that in there. Cute. Nice little cube done. Well, anyway, I want to roll the next thing and see what we get. And here we are, back at the roulette. That one is completed. Now, I think that's probably one of the easier ones on the list done. Apart from the Shazian gear, of course. Let's see what we get next. Ooh, the Prospector outfit. That's a bit of a grimy one. Time to go to Motherlode Mine, I think. There are two things you need to know about Motherlode Mine. One, the music fucking bangs. Two, it's piss boring, meaning that any clips of it are also piss boring. Since we both know you're currently hitting this as some prime second monitor content while doing a gargoyle's task or some shit, let's have a look anyway. Oh my goodness, that was 7 nuggets in one inventory, and more importantly, that is also our 60th nugget, which means we can buy our first piece of Prospector gear. So we're gonna buy the jacket, which is 60. One funny thing about this grind is that I can't repair the wheels. It's not necessary for me to get that smithing XP. And it's avoidable. Other people can repair the wheels. But the funny thing is, the nice cozy empty world I'm in right now, it's sometimes the case that the wheels aren't repaired fast enough, so I'll have to hop over to like World 302, where they've got people constantly fixing the wheels so that I can actually get my pay dirt to progress down the track. Bloody hell, believe it or not, I just got 8 golden nuggets for one little run. That's actually insane, and to celebrate, I'm gonna buy myself a pair of shoes. Brand new pair of little boots. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yes, I'm inconsistent with my buy order. What do you want me to do about it? That is the pants obtained. And we now have 40 nuggets, which is enough for the final piece of the outfit, the helmet. Prospector gear looks very, very nice, I gotta say. I actually really enjoyed this. I remember not liking Buzzerload Mine very much, but the changes they've made to it make it much more relaxing. Hilariously enough, mining is now my highest level skill, which I think that's the first time I've ever said that in the history of the game. Good news is that that is another set complete, so I'll meet you back at the house and we'll roll the roulette once more. Here we are, that is one more outfit back in the wardrobe. I don't know if we're doing any mining anytime soon, but hey, I wouldn't mind to get it higher. Where are you? There you are. So we also have to get the golden Prospector kit as well. There's another way to get Prospector, and that's Volcanic Mine. So maybe when the time comes to get golden Prospector, we might look into getting it in a different way, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Let's have a look at the spreadsheet. And here we are. Prospector outfit has been completed. Is that 20%? 20%, we are 1/5 of the way through tier 2. And I feel like we've made so much progress on the account, even just 1/5 of the way through. But let's keep going. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, we've finally been rewarded with our patience. We are allowed to train agility well and truly properly. Now, there is one small drawback here, and that is the best way to get Marks of Grace is the Canifus course, and we certainly don't have access to that, but we have access to plenty of other courses. Right, now I believe we'll be taking a trip to Varrock. Let me quickly check my courses that are available. Yeah, Varrock. So we'll be doing Varrock till Falador. We're skipping Canifus entirely, which is something of a shame, because I believe Canifus is known for having one of the highest rates of Marks of Grace acquisition out of all the courses. But hey, we'll get there. And we're going to get a shitload of agility levels too, which is just always absolutely delicious. Let me grab some clothes to put on, and we'll head out. Right, here we are in this horrendous mishmash of clothes that I pulled out. I wanted to think, you know, what is something that someone else doing this course with me will have probably never seen someone wear out in the wild? And we've chucked on ornate gear and the jungle camo shit, as well as the beads of the dead, which have been sticking around with me for quite a while, because I think they look cool. Well, we need... okay, well that's a bad omen. We need 260 Marks of Grace in total to get one full outfit. I'm not really anticipating that there'll be that much interesting to report on during our journey to get that many, but you know, maybe I'll get the agility pet. Probably not, but maybe. Let's see how we go. We are coming up here on our 150th lap of the Varrock course. As you can see, we've got 36 Marks of Grace, which is, I don't know, like 12% of the way to a single set of Graceful. Now, we've hit 45 agility, and I got a pop-up saying that I've unlocked the Shazian Advanced course, which is not something I've ever done. And I looked it up on the wiki, and it does give Marks of Grace. Hopefully at a higher rate than the Varrock course, because the Varrock course is bloody awful. I don't know how many hours I've been at this for, but 36 is not great. So I'm going to head over there. Apparently it's much more experience as well, which is obviously appreciated. So we're going to head over there once I remember how the hell I get to say it. Typhon. And we're going to see what that's like. Here we are finishing up our 200th lap of Varrock. Now, I was just having another look at the wiki. We've built up to 51 Marks of Grace. Of note is that we do have access to Barbarian Outpost Agility course. According to the wiki, behind Canifus and the Arty courses, which have a very, very high drop of Marks of Grace, but obviously can't do either of them, the Barbarian Outpost Agility course is actually a lot more likely to give you Marks of Grace. So I'm going to go and do Alfred Grimhand's Bar Crawl, the little mini quest you need to actually access that agility course. And we will go and give that a crack. We shouldn't have any trouble doing the course. We're up to 47 agility. We'll try it out. It'll obviously be worse experience per hour than Falador, which we're almost at the level for. But according to the wiki, it is significantly more Marks of Grace per hour than even the Falador course. It's something like 13 per hour versus like 10 per hour, like a notable amount more. Now, I've never actually sat here and given an earnest attempt at the Barbarian Agility course before. This course gives Strength XP as well as Agility XP. Oh, sure, why not? I've only ever done this, I think, once as part of an achievement diary, and also you get a clue step up here for Masters, I think. But I've never sat here and trained before, so this is going to be interesting. I'm hoping we can actually feel the increase in Marks of Grace. Right now, we're just shy of a fifth of the way through. What's down this ladder? What's down the ladder? I have no idea. What's down here? The fuck is this? Well, let's get agility. This is a really, really short course, I gotta say. I do hope Marks of Grace actually spawn here. Apparently it's a recent update that gave Marks of Grace to a bunch of other agility courses, so let's see if that's actually true. Oh, and there's a Mark of Grace. Beautiful. So it is true. Well, this should actually be a really good course for Marks of Grace, should how short it is. So, speaking of Marks of Grace, this seems like a good point to actually segue into a little discussion about how exactly... Oh my god, I fell down the thing. That hit really hard. Before I got rudely interrupted by the course, what I was saying is that it's worth taking a moment to actually dive into how Marks of Grace spawn, because given that we're going to be getting several thousand Marks of Grace over the course of this challenge, it seems worthwhile to actually be doing our best to obtain them optimally. The mechanics behind Marks is actually pretty simple. Every time you complete the final obstacle on a course, there's either a 2 out of 3 or a 1 out of 3 chance for a Mark of Grace to spawn on the next lap. So what, right? You just run the course over and over again to increase the chance of getting a Mark to spawn. What's there to actually optimize? Well, alongside that percent chance of the Mark to spawn, there is also an internal cooldown of 3 minutes between Marks spawning. This means that if you complete that final obstacle while there's, for example, 5 seconds left on that cooldown, you'll effectively have to run one entire dead lap that cannot ever have a Mark of Grace on it. You can optimize this pretty effectively with this little plugin I've got going at the top corner, which keeps track of this timer for you. If you want to be super lazy and focus entirely on Marks of Grace, you can basically just AFK at the final obstacle until the cooldown timer expires, or you can try and optimize your agility experience by squeezing in as many full laps as possible until you need to prepare for that cooldown to end. Doing this can straight up massively increase your marks per hour, especially at the bigger courses, where accidentally running a dead lap has a pretty substantial impact on your marks per hour. Anyway, with that fun little bit of knowledge in mind, let's carry on. Alrighty, there is 55 agility. Tragically, that means our time here at the Barbarian Agility course is basically over. Do we get a Mark of Grace? We don't. Okay, tragic. So, the Barbarian course is level 35, and now that we're level 55, we've hit the 20 level, I suppose you'd call it like a debuff. When you're 20 levels above every course, you gain 80% less Marks of Grace, which basically means for our purposes, we may as well go to Falador. Now you can see I stacked up a shitload of Marks of Grace, 211. We are almost there. I actually haven't, the good thing about this course is you can do it all without moving your screen, provided you have your chat minimized. So I actually have no idea what lap count I'm on. I guess let's have a look now. 573, Jesus. It's a short course, but Jesus, I didn't realize I'd done nearly 600 of them. Well, now we have to head to Falador because there's nowhere else that's worth doing, so we'll head on over to Pest Control and run up. And then I guess we'll get the last 49 Marks of Grace, and we'll go and buy the whole set in one big bang. It is fun stacking them up quite this high. That way we get the rush of buying them all at once. And this will be our home for the last few hours of this grind. It is unfortunately a good chunk slower than our Barbarian course in terms of marks per hour, just because the course is so much longer. But it is what it is. We'll get there. I do hope we unlock the Canifus course before our next set of Graceful. Again, 12 of them. We're going to be here for a while. There's actually people in this world. I didn't see a single other person doing the course at Barbarian Agility in all 570 laps. Here we go, we are coming on what will be the 260th Mark of Grace, and it's right at the start of the course too. Fuck Falador, I'm not even finishing this. 260, there we go, 174 laps. Let's not mess around, let's go straight to the Berthorpe Games Room and buy our Graceful. Rightio, here we are in Berthorpe. I ended up getting just shy of 60 agility, you can see here, 5k off 60. Would have been a nice milestone, but I'm ready to do something else. Falador was so much slower than the Barbarian Agility course, but I'm looking forward to Sears Village, because I believe that's a decent chunk faster than Falador as well. So, no more messing about. Let's pick up our set of Marks of Grace. Let's go a little slowly so I don't accidentally buy anything more than once. There it is. The Graceful set. I hesitate to say beautiful because it's one of those items that I think it looks pretty cool, but I have just seen it so many times. This guy's wearing it. Everybody wears it all the time, no matter what they're doing. I'll try and not just wear it all the time like everyone else. I've got so many interesting things in the wardrobe already, but hey, it's hard to deny its efficacy. Especially while doing early game stuff where you start and stop a whole bunch. And here we are back home, and it's hard to argue with, what, -16, -20? I don't know how much this lowers your weight by in total, but it's a bloody lot. It's a bloody lot and it's hard to argue with. It's time to put it back in the wardrobe for the first time. In the magic wardrobe, our first of 12 sets of graceful. God! We'll get there. I've paced it out pretty well across the tiers, so it's not like I'm going to be doing 12 sets of graceful in tier 2 or anything. Speaking of tier 2, let's pull up the roulette. Here we are. Graceful Basic has been complete. Took a few days, got a lot of agility. It's time to see what we get next. We are almost a quarter of the way through tier 2. This next item will probably put us tier to 24, 25%. Let's see what it is. The snakeskin outfit. Well, this is pretty straightforward. I believe we already have the crafting level for it. Let's look at armor. Highest level snakeskin item is the body. You can't store the shield. And we have the level for that. So all we need is the snakeskin itself, and we'll be good to go. I think this will be our first set of range armor in the wardrobe. That's fun. I believe that since we don't have access to Harmony Island or whatever it's called, it's time to go to Tai Bo One Eye. Right, so here we are at Tai Bo One Eye, cutting away at dense jungle. The only way for us to get snakeskin right now is to kill the snakes that spawn from Tai Bo One Eye events. I think it's a 1 out of 5 chance for any event you get to have a snake spawn. Oh, okay, that's a tribesman. I don't want to fight him. Now you may notice there are snakes over here. They don't drop snakeskin. Why? I have no idea, because this is an interesting game, that's why. Well, we need a lot of snakeskin, like 40 something to make the full set of armor, so we're going to be here for a little while, but it shouldn't be too complicated. Oh my goodness, at long last we got a snake to spawn. That took probably like, I don't know, 15 minutes to actually get one to spawn, which doesn't seem that bad until we're ready to get 46 snake hides, and I'm pretty sure they only drop 1 at a time. Yeah, it's only 1 at a time. Alright, well, at least it's progress. We'll get there in time. Now, you'll see that we're getting Tai Bo One Eye favor. That's relevant because there are a bunch of... Oh, hello, tribesman, whatever. There are a bunch of other tasks in tier 2 that require more favor, specifically things like the tribesman outfits. So when we have finished getting all our snake hides, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to spend our favor to get trading sticks and then drop the trading sticks so that we're not progressing 2 tasks at once. Should be straightforward. I'm pretty sure it's straightforward. I mean, this is a weird, janky, old minigame, but the wiki's got a pretty clear breakdown of how it works. Okay. Good thing about this spot is I can jump up the ladder, jump back down, and just get back to chopping. Easy stuff. Oh my goodness, we got a Guthix. Let me grab that bad boy. Very nice. Yeah, we've been at this for about an hour and a bit now, and the inventory is in quite a state. We're going to take a step back, we're going to go turn these snake hides into snake skin and craft them into whatever we can and get back to it. I am trying to complete a set of 3 cut tribal gems so that I can do the gout tuber machete thing. You know what I'm talking about, right? The Karamja Diary medium task. These things are so hard to get, I may as well knock that off while I've actually been spooned one. Keeping in mind how much crap's going on in the inventory, I'm putting these roots and this stuff back in the bag as well. This is going to be an inventory-intensive activity, I'm suspecting. Okay, so I managed to get 11 snake skin, which is enough to make 2 items specifically. Let me quickly double check what I'm doing. The boots and the bandana. Bandana? Bandana. Okay, well, I'll wear these in my adventures. Oh my god, I look absolutely ridiculous. You love it? You absolutely love it. What the fuck am I wearing, bro? Okay, this is fine. Everything's fine. Let's get back to it. Hang on a fucking second, I got another one. I don't even have a spade with me anymore. Is there any reason to get a second one? I guess I'll leave it if somebody wants it. I don't know what to do about this. Well, someone's been out this for like 6 hours trying to get a gout tuber and she got 2 in an hour, so I feel bad for them, but hey, that's life. Okay, come on, it's like 15 minutes later. Another gout tuber? Do you know how long I had to farm to get one of these? Oh my god, alright. Okay, that's fine. I mean, should I dig them up? I'm not digging them up. Whatever. Oh my god. I'm sorry. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. That's the 4th one. Oh my god, bro. I'm still not digging it up. I'm gonna leave it to rot in the ground, and the nutrients will cause it to pop up once again for someone who actually needs it, and not me. Not me. I'm only like 1/3 of the way through the snake hide grind. Okay. I've managed to save my karma by getting this Little low-level account bloke over here, a gout tuber. You can log out and it lets someone else dig your gout tuber up. So we've had a bit of a karma reset, I'm sure. That makes everything better. Just straight up stealing this guy's bush snake. I don't think he needs it, but hey, I'll take it. Oh, he's got another one. Back the bush snake, yes. Oh, this is speeding things up so much. This is our second set of gear completed. That should be the van braces and the legs. Only one more round trip to go. Honestly, it's pretty funny how goddamn long this is taking. Honestly, also, I gotta say, this little collection of gear looks kind of awesome. Yeah, that looks dope. That's dope. Put the machete on. Yeah. Take that off. Yeah. Yeah, I fuck with that. I fuck with that big time. Anyway. It's kind of funny how long this is taking me. I've been at this pretty much all day. Especially when you think about if I had access to literally any of the other snake options, this would be like a 15-minute round trip, in and out, done. I mean, literally the ones in Mostly Harmless, they're just snakes on the island. You kill them and they give you the snake skin. There's no fucking around, chopping down juggle bushes and hoping for a 1 in 5 encounter. Well, whatever. That's the fun of the account, isn't it? You do shit in weird ways. Now, we're gonna go dump this back in the, dump the graceful back in the costume room, and we'll get on to our last little round trip. 15 more snakeskin for the torso, and we'll be done. We've found what should be our final snake, thank goodness. This did indeed take all day. It's sunset right now. I started this in the morning. Oh my god, I'm so sick of Bruto victims, leave me alone. Right, had a bit of a small brain moment there and just completely forgot to record me actually crafting the snakeskin body, but here we are on Kourend. We've just made it. It looks actually really cool. Big fan of this set of gear. Don't think I've ever seen this before in my life, but very dope. But looks even doper with this. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. That's definitely the fit of the episode right there. Very, very cool. Looks like fucking Rambo or something. Alrighty, here we are back in the house. Let's have one quick look at the armor set itself. Very cool. Very big fan of that. Actually, while we're here, let's check the combat bonuses on this bad boy. 31 range, not bad. There's some defenses. Oddly high crush defense. Anyway, that's one more item ticked off the list, and it is indeed our best set of range armor right now, replacing our previous set, which was literally nothing. And there is snakeskin. Done. Beautiful. Are we up to 20? Up to 20 on the armor case. Huge little milestone there. Well, let's pull up the spreadsheet and see what we're doing next. Here we are. Snakeskin outfit is completed. Hey, 25%. We did indeed get 3% for that one. Alrighty. No sense dilly-dallying. Hit it. Ooh, the Cut Hunter outfit. We are going to be doing a good chunk of hunter training. That's it for now, lads. Join me next time where we get to work training Hunter with a method I've never actually used before. While editing this video, something occurred to me, and it was when I said the phrase, fit of the episode. That stuck with me. I mean, I'm costume man, right? I ought to be paying more attention to my costumes. So from here on out, at the little end scene here, I'm going to lay out my current favourite fit for the stuff we got today. And of course, here it is. Fighter torso, snakeskin armor, jade-tipped machete, and the beads of the dead. This is just an absolutely tremendous outfit. Please, soak it in. Soak it in. Finally, before we run off, I wanted to mention that I've got the series up on RottenLobsters.com, a website that tracks old school RuneScape series. So if you've got an account and want to give the series the 6 out of 10 it deserves, please feel free to go ahead. I'll put a link in the comments below. That's all for now, everyone. I'll catch you later.